everybody, this is your boy Ced Banner, and this is my review of Ant-Man and the Wasp. So Marvel's kept us very busy this year and very entertained. Of course, all the anticipation and excitement this year as far as their releases was reserved for Black Panther and of course the Big Daddy, Infinity War. Now we come to July and we have their final film of this year. And this is not the last film. There will be 2 more films in Marvel's Phase 3, but this is one of the final ones. In the sequel to a 2015 release, the film that was released 3 years ago, of course, as well. Also directed by Peyton Reed, who directed for the first Ant-Man. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it. I just really thought it turned out to be a great, fun film. And what I enjoyed about it most was the fact that it managed to be and feel like part of the Marvel franchise. However, it didn't play out or feel like part of the Marvel universe. Of course, you know, coming off of films like Ragnarok, Black Panther, and Infinity War with these huge, majestic, and fantasy landscapes and environments and situations, it's cool to come and watch Ant-Man and just get what feels like kind of your regular heist film playing out right here in America. And then, of course, with Peyton Reed's direction and your main actor, your primary actor being Paul Rudd, you can expect the film to have plenty of comedy. This sequel is no different. There's a lot of comedy there. I'll go ahead and say that the first one, I felt like they really nailed it and got it right all the way through when it came to the comedic timing and the jokes and the dialogue. In this sequel, there were a lot more misses than hits to me, unfortunately. I felt like for most of the film, the actors were delivering lines that were meant to be funny, that were meant to get these big laughs, and they were more so just kind of cringe-worthy and got a lot of silence in the screening. Of course, the cast for the most part is the same from the first film, Michael Pena being one of the main supporting actors. I felt like in the first one he did a great job. I thought he was hilarious. In Ant-Man and the Wasp, I felt like they had him just try way too hard. Very few times did he deliver a line that I felt like just really landed correctly or was played out at the right time. There were a lot of misses here, unfortunately, and that was really a disappointment for me. The rest of the cast, for the most part, does a good job. Of course, Paul Rudd still does a great job as Ant-Man. I don't see anyone else playing him at this point. Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp does a great job. Of course, Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer is in the film some, not a lot, but she's always great on film. And Lawrence Fishburne as well does a great job. So the so-called villain in this sequel is played by a British actress by the name of Hannah John Kamen, who plays Ava, aka Ghost. She does a good job. She's a good actress, and I enjoyed her in the film. However, she never really felt like a villain to me. And you know, I said about Thanos and Killmonger and a list of villains that we've seen recently that I enjoyed that about them, that although they were a villain, they didn't really feel like it because you could understand their motive. I don't really know what the difference was, but with those other villains that worked. But in this case, it was just kind of, it felt pointless to me. You know what I'm saying? It felt like her, I don't do spoilers, but I'll just say her entire motive in this film was understandable, and I get it, you know, but it's just kind of like Ant-Man and his entire situation was in her way, and so they just kind of crossed paths, but it never really felt like they were at odds, and it made this film feel like it was really lacking the antagonistic aspect that we need. Yeah, and as far as the plot goes, the plot isn't bad. It's a good plot, but it just, once again, you know, when we're coming off of Panther and Ragnarok and Infinity War, I guess I just need a little more intensity, and I guess this film may have been meant to be kind of a wind down for Marvel, being that we're coming up to the end of Phase 3 and things are about to get even more heavy. But it still just felt kind of lacking to me overall, and like I said, I was really kind of disappointed with that, and I would have at least liked to have had better. What I'll say is, you know, my disappointment with all of the film, there are 2 after credit scenes. And you know, after Infinity War, of course, we were looking for a little more closure. Ant-Man was not, you know, present there in Infinity War, so we knew that we would probably get some kind of answers or something in this film. Again, I don't do spoilers, but I will say there are 2 after credit scenes. The second after credit scene is completely pointless, useless, and dumb. No point in even staying for that. The first one, though, I enjoyed more than the entire movie because it felt like it felt relevant, like we needed it. So that first after credit scene, if you enjoy this movie and you think it's funny and it feels kind of lighthearted and fun to you, that first after credit scene is going to take you and crush you. And I enjoy that. You know, it's just me. I really like that, and I think that scene is no longer than maybe 40 seconds. But it made my time in the theater feel like it was worth it. That's all I'll say. So yeah, my rating for Ant-Man and the Wasp is, it's alright. That's all I can say about it. It was just alright. It's not something that I have to watch again. I didn't leave the theater feeling like I really just had a great, Marvel experience. It just felt like it was routine and just kind of an exercise that Marvel had to do to go ahead and move on to the next thing. Like I said, we're nearing the end of Phase 3. We still have Captain Marvel and the next Infinity War, the next Avengers to close out this phase. But I still think the first Ant-Man was so much better than this one. That concludes this review. Until my next review, hey.